Let me get that out my mouth. All right, and I do believe we are live. Let me check in platforms to make sure we can be seen and be heard. All right, man. It looks that way. All right. Hey, grand morning, grand morning, grand morning, man. Hey, it's your guy, Mr. Chauncey Reed, y'all. And just like always, as you hop on, go ahead and drop your city, your state, where you're actually hopping on from. So hopefully we can add some value to what you have going on in your life. Man, and as you see, yes, your guy is not alone this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, let me introduce the song, man. Hey, and reaffirm to others, my man, James Hall, man. James Hall, man. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, I already know this morning, man. But oh man, if we do anything like we did the other day and just was chatting, man, hey, we're about to get the people something beautiful this morning, man. Something beautiful this morning. Because, hey, man, like I say, I always say, man, hey, they've heard my testimony as how the power of income shifting has worked for me and my family. Man, just kind of introduce yourself to the people, fam.
Okay. Hey, my name is James Hall. I am the co-owner of J&C Financial Services LLC. We are a tax preparation, consultation, planning, and financial education firm based out of West Virginia. I am a long seasoned MyEcon associate. We've been in MyEcon for 5+ years, going on 6 years this year. So we got to celebrate that anniversary with a bang. And we are just educators, man. Like yourself, we just love to educate. We love to help individuals. We love to lift everybody up to a new standard because the old standard needs to go away.
Man, hey, you almost can drop the mic right now. Hey, but I know we don't want to drop it on them too quick. So, man, hey, I guess let me ask, man, how was your life before, income shifting, and then how's your life now after income shifting?
Absolutely, man. That's a beautiful question, to be honest. We must turn back the clock. No, I'm just playing. Like I said, I've been in MyEcon for about 5.5 years, and the education came to me actually at a perfect point in time, Chauncey. I had just had my son, and I was married, and I was making some decent money. But about halfway through the year, I figured out, man, I'm not making enough. Trying to cover the doctor bills and what was left as far as the expenses in terms of when he was born. Even though I had some of the best healthcare, we were still left with about $2,000 or $3,000 to carry for ourselves, right? Then on top of that, we were in the process of getting my stepdaughter here, my daughter, that's my heart, a princess. We were in the process of getting her here. And it was like, man, I was telling my wife, because I was making good income. I was making good middle American income. And I'm like, I'm going to have to get another job. And it scared me. I was ready to do it, right? I was ready to step up to the plate and do it, but it scared me because I just got a son. He's about 6 months old at this point. And now I'm not going to really spend any time with him. Like, this is nowhere near how I envisioned life was supposed to be. I'm supposed to create a family, be able to have time for my family. So a gentleman, a friend of mine, a good close friend of mine, he introduced MyEcon to me. And I looked at it for 3 weeks straight. I'm talking about every single day. I looked at the information. I'm telling my wife, babe, I'm like, I didn't even know about this. I'm telling my wife about the education. I'm like, we were already trying to rebuild finances anyway. We had a couple little steps, maybe a little budgeting here. We didn't really watch our spending like we should have. And we got into some debt. But I was looking at the information. I decided to take advantage because I'm like, why would anybody want to miss out on the opportunity to do better? Like, yeah, it was attached to, network marketing. It was attached to business ownership. But I looked past that because I saw the straight strategies. I said, if I can build the strategies for myself, I can go and help somebody else. Like, if we can't be in business or just be in life to help somebody else, like, what are we really doing with our life? It really has a lot less meaning. It's a lot less fulfilling. So we got involved. I adjusted my W-4. Now, backstory, I already had my W-4 adjusted. I was one of them individuals, man. I had my W-4 set so high it couldn't go no higher because I had already gotten into a plan with a sibling. And I'm like, we're gonna keep all our money throughout the year, invest it, then we're gonna give Uncle Sam what we owe at the beginning of the year. And it didn't work out that way for me. It worked out fine for him, but it didn't work out that way for me. So halfway through the year, I'm looking at my bed. I ain't got no taxes coming out. We in some trouble. So I found the strategies, and then I jumped in, and I got a chance to travel. I had never been to Atlanta before, and I went to an event in Atlanta. I got more education, and the more education I got, the more empowered I became. And you need three things to change, Sean. So you need knowledge, you need wisdom, and you need perspective. You see, anybody can go get some knowledge. Anybody can go ahead and start applying that knowledge. But until you have the perspective, you will not sustain the change. You need three things to change: knowledge, wisdom, and perspective. And without perspective, you will fall back into your old habits. Why? Because you didn't get the mental shift that was needed. So we went along, we knocked out some debt. We increased our taxes or our take-home pay by about $500 a month. Over the years, we start saving roughly almost 5 figures in taxes because my income increased. And you know what they say, the more you make, the more they take. I said, that don't apply to my household. See, that ain't written in God's word for me. That is not written in God's word. The more you make, there's so many of these idioms that are not written in God's absolute truth that I had to go ahead and rebuke and say, that is not going to be for me and my household. So we start saving money on taxes. We start living better. And fast forward, we started this tax business simply because we realized there was a lack of education in the tax industry. And I fast forward to now, we're retired. We're full-time business owners. My wife and I, we co-own together. Our daughter, who's 19, she has 3 businesses. My son, he gonna have a business. When he start at 18, he ain't gonna start from scratch. My daughter didn't have to start from scratch. And we are building generational wealth.
Ooh, hey, I love. Ooh, man. Hey, man, and I know if I'm sitting on here with the other people, man, I know they can hear it and feel it in your voice, man, how powerful income shifting impacted your household.
About to
Man,
maybe go into some praise and worship, brother.
man, hey, I could feel it in your spirit, man, because hey, I know when I always share with people how I changed my life, I'm the same way, man. So, man, I can feel it when you're talking about that, fam. I can feel it. So, hey, let me ask some questions that I know, man, a few people had kind of put out there since you said you are in the tax service industry. And, of course, we're around tax season, man. So, I guess the people that there's people out there that are asking in reference to the stimulus check. Let's talk about that and how that's going to impact some people this year. Hey, just share with them some education, as far as what they got to do and what they need to be prepared for in this year when it applies to the stimulus check.
Absolutely. So, you're going to fit into one or two categories when it comes to the stimulus. Either you got all of your money for the first stimulus and for the second, and then there's nothing that you have to do. Or if you did not get some of your money last year and you're missing your money this year, I recommend that you wait until February 1st. The IRS has a new initiative over the last 4 or 5 days that they issued out. Because originally they were given a date that they had to get all the money out to the people by January 15th. Now, everybody hates the IRS. I've gained a new perspective. Everybody hates the Treasury Department. But let's be real. They were given an impossible task. And all they were told was just get the money out. Then you start getting people complaining, oh, well, there are people getting the money. Well, the government kind of put them in a position where they didn't have a chance everything got rushed. So if you didn't get your stimulus yet, you fall into a category of maybe you were getting refund transfers. Maybe you were paying your tax preparation fee through H&R Block or through your tax preparer. And what happens is these bank accounts, these bank vendors, they hold the money so they can withdraw the amount for the tax professional and then send you yours. Well, all those accounts got closed, Johnson. Why? Because it's a regulation. They have to close all these temporary accounts, and the Treasury Department did not take that into account. So what happened is millions and millions of taxpayers' money got sent to close the accounts. Now they kicked out another initiative. They said, give it to February 1st. You should receive a direct deposit, mail your check, or possibly economic impact card. So look out for any debit cards. If you have not received it by February 1st, then when you file your taxes, you can claim the recovery rebate credit. Now here's why I say to wait, because I was walking and doing some communing with God, and I thought about this, and I came to this knowledge. A lot of people are filing refund transfers right now. A lot of people are filing early. Those who have not gotten the stimulus, and they're going to put themselves in a position because they could not wait, and because they did not wait, they might get a double stimulus. And all I know is when you owe the government, they'd like to get theirs one way or another. So if you have not gotten it yet, your best decision right now is to wait and hold off until February 1st, because some of them have already started trickling in via direct deposit or via these prepaid debit cards that they're sending out. The worst thing that you can do is jump the gun when filing season doesn't even start until February 12th. Go get a refund advance because somebody done sold you on it, and that's a whole nother conversation right there. But go get a refund advance because somebody done sold you on it, and now you get a double payment because it was already coming to you. So when it comes to the stimulus, that's you're gonna fit in one of those two categories. Do not, I preach to you, do not try to claim the recovery rebate credit if you already got your money. They will find out, and that's not a situation that you want to be in.
Man, hey, yes, bro. Hey, man, you are educating them this morning, bro. You are educating them this morning, man. Hey, so my next question would be, as a traditional business owner, why would you want to partner up with someone and with my econ, like ourselves, and what are some benefits that you can get as far as being a implemented income shifting with your what you already have going on?
Absolutely. So really, the number one thing that comes to mind is cash flow management. And why do I say that? Well, majority of businesses don't have any money liquid to put their hands on in the event of emergency. Now, how do we know this? Because majority of businesses closed during the pandemic when they cannot sustain 3 to 6 months of income cuts. So we already know they had nothing liquid to put their money on. Now, we already know most businesses, including the government, are operating off of an arcane budgeting method. If you make $100,000, you spend all 100, leave nothing left for yourself, because if you don't spend it all, then you can't keep it in the budget. That's how the government runs their money. That's how most businesses and corporations run their money. It's completely arcane and makes no sense. Anybody will tell you that if you make $100,000 on your job and you spend all 100 of it, just because you hope that another 100 gonna come next year, doesn't make any sense. So people they've forgotten the sense of running personal finance as it pertains to business. So that brings me to another point. When it comes to most businesses, they have no idea what to write off. So they bring their tax preparer, they bring their tax professional, everything. And then there's no plan, there's no strategy, there's nothing being ran. They're just writing off whatever they think they can, keeping receipts, whatever they think they can. The beautiful thing about my econ, and I will say it for myself, my econ has taught me how to run multiple businesses. I did not think, nor was that the purpose, but my econ has taught me how to run multiple businesses and how to consult on other businesses. So first of all, you got to understand cash flow management. Most businesses don't understand that. We partnered with my econ because we start learning how to better manage our cash flow from a business and a personal perspective. Two, everybody got debt. I don't care if you got a traditional business or what. You got some debt that you need to get rid of. So you need a strategy to be able to reduce that debt, right? And be able to live more on your terms when it comes to financial freedom. Number three, everybody needs to be building some kind of an asset. So if you already have a business, why not come and get this education, this investment one-on-one, to be able to network and partner with people who understand investment so that you can build a secondary asset outside of your business, which leads to more generational wealth. I've never heard anybody else tell me that I don't need more generational wealth. I've already got enough. Number four, another business opportunity includes multiple streams of income. And we already know that 70% of Americans, probably even higher right now after the pandemic, can't put their hand on $1,000 emergency, then we already know that we have people in our circle, in our family, on our block, in our church, in our school, on our job, who need what we are teaching. So I would say there's multiple benefits. The fact of the matter is, what society teaches about finance, you can't hold up with nothing. So everybody has to get a new perspective, or they will fall the masses off the broke cliff.
Man, man. Hey, you got me over here, man. I'm over here taking me some notes down, man. I'm sitting over here like, oh man. Hey, oh, you sharing some great information with them this morning, fam. Great information. Hey, so let me ask you this. And I'll probably make this maybe the last one. We'll see. Someone right now, because I've talked about it before, but I want them to hear it from somebody who's a certified tax professional when it comes to the tax deferral and how income shifting can put them in a better position because of the tax deferral program that they are repaying back right now.
Right. Well, I mean, I look at it like this. What is income shifting? Income shifting is literally the concept of shifting income from places that we were already going to put money to bring it back into our household. Now, why in the world would anybody want to do that? Simply because the goal for everybody who's working or in business is always going to be personal financial success. You might not know that that is your goal, but at some point, you got to produce an asset that's going to pay you so that you can stop working and live out financial freedom or retirement, whatever you want to call it. So with the tax deferral, a lot of people are going to be seeing more money coming out of their checks to pay back to Social Security. So it makes sense if you can lower legally, morally, and ethically the amount that you're paying in federal and potentially in state, and you can recoup the money. Now check this out. Here's the beautiful thing. It's the gift that never stops giving, because even after the deferral is over, now you're still getting extra money in your check. Now you feel more empowered. Now you're not depressed. Now you feel like there's some things that you can do. There's some goals you can accomplish. And then you start putting together a plan when you get involved with my econ, because you got that cash flow strategist. I'm pretty sure you heard Mr. Reed talk about it before. You put your information into that financial investment, that financial advisory tool. And now you start using the tools to get yourself out of where you were and lift yourself up to a better place. Income shifting just makes sense because we already practice income shifting. You see, when it's tax time, a lot of businesses are going to be hurting right now, right? Because people are getting their refunds late. So all the businesses that thrive on that, there's an article that came out and said they're going to be hurting right now. But guess what? They was practicing income shifting. Every tax season, the car dealerships, everywhere else, the computer stores, everybody running sales to shift money from your household into theirs, making themselves wealthier. Well, you might as well learn how to protect your economy and start shifting money back that you were giving out, shifting money back that you were overpaying in taxes. Learn how to legally lower your taxes morally and ethically. Learn how to get out of debt so that you're not held to interest payments that's going to make somebody else wealthy. Learn how to shift money to investments. Learn how to shift another stream of income into your house. Income shifting makes sense if you are willing to make sense of it.
Man, man. I hope the people are catching the nuggets that you are dropping this morning, fam. Because, man, hey, like I say, man, hey, I'm sitting over here like, man, I'm taking notes. And I'm going to go back and look at the recording anyway so I can make sure that, man, I didn't miss something. Man, I'm telling you. So, hey, since I know we've been on here for a little minute, man, and I just want to make sure that, well, I'll put it in the comment, but, man, put the information out there so how people can reach out and get in touch with you on, hey, whatever platform that you on, man.
Absolutely, you can follow us. I'll come on later and drop the link. But we are based on education. We got in my econ's an education based company. And we just took the concept of being able to share and lift others up to a new standard. We took that to a different level and now start applying it to the tax game. You know, when it comes to taxes, most people don't understand their own tax situation. And it makes sense, right? Because most people don't understand their own financial situation. So we married the two together. When it comes to taxes, you know, whether you do it yourself or you leverage somebody else, there's a certain standard that you need to be upholding. There are people who are going to be looking back and after paying taxes for 40 plus years, they're going to realize how much money they lost and there's nothing they can do about it. But today, you can do something about it. You know, get with Mr. Reed, you know, get with my firm to talk about tax minimization and tax planning, because taxes is not just a one time a year thing. It can't be. Finances ain't just a one time a year thing. Whatever you don't track, you can't, whatever you don't monitor, you can't track the results. So you can reach out to us. Our website is jcfinancialserve.llc.com. I'll drop it in the comments later. You can reach out to us via our contact page. You can follow us on social media. We've been releasing a lot of information about the stimulus and what's been going on with there because we had some clients affected. But the goal is this, you know, and I'll say this and, you know, we'll wrap it up. If you're going to do your own taxes, or if you're going to let somebody else do your taxes, the IRS says the taxpayer is the one who is legally responsible for what information goes on there. So if you don't have somebody who's educating you, and if you're not willing to get the education, because I see a lot of business owners and self-employed who are filling it out incorrectly. The audit system can go back 10 years, but I've met somebody this year where they went back 20. So you want to make sure you're in alignment with a professional who's going to be able to have skin in the game with you. Now, I don't just give out advice. I take the advice that we teach. I have skin in the game. We have audit systems in check in place to be able to help our clients. Plus, we take education every single year very seriously to make sure we're filling out our clients' returns properly and show them how to legally, morally, and ethically lower their taxes even further using the business as well as some things outside of business. So I think it's very important that you understand and leverage somebody else who understands the system and understands the game so you can start winning. And now when it comes to these tax referrals, anything else the government throws at us over the course of the next 3 or 4 years, you don't have to worry about it because your economy is protected.
Oh, man. Hey, man, I hope they count these nuggets you've been dropping this morning, fam. Oh, my goodness. Man, hey, man, just like always, man, it's always a pleasure, man, to sit down, man, and just pick your brain, man, and take notes from you. Like I say, man, man, thank you for hopping on here, man, and just sharing some great nuggets with everybody out here this morning, man, or whenever they catching this, man. So, y'all, I have his information. I do have your information in the comments. Hey, y'all heard it from him, man. Reach out to him, man, if y'all have questions when it comes to taxes. Hey, man, because he's the guy. I tell you that now. He is the guy, y'all. Hey, like you said, man, I hope y'all catch some of the notes that the nuggets that he dropped this morning, man, because it's very powerful, especially since we're moving into the tax season. Well, actually, we here.
Yeah.
We here. And it doesn't stop, ladies and gentlemen, because when do you stop paying taxes? When do we stop? We don't. So you always got to be monitoring that stuff, y'all. But just like always, y'all, man, if you catching this on the replay, man, hashtag replay, drop your city, your state, where you actually hopping on from, y'all. And like always, man, go ahead, man, go ahead.
And just so I can be perfectly clear and come from an unbiased perspective, if you know Mr. Reed and you become too familiar, I highly encourage you to reach back out to him. We have talked, and since he has become a mighty kind associate, I mean, we can have some upper level conversation that I can't even have with some financial advisors because they limited. I can't even have with some tax professionals because they are limited. There are tax professionals and financial advisors who don't even run the strategies they employ for other people. So if you know Mr. Reed, I'm telling you right now, and you watch this replay, and you got any common sense at all, I highly encourage you to drop pride, put on humility, and let's all work together so we can start doing better. Just want to drop that in real quick.
Man, hey man, thank you, fam. Thank you, man. And hey, y'all, just like always, man, y'all have a great day and a blessed week, y'all. Peace.